we were joking right before. I still am getting used to this color. It is a good color on you, Coach. That's blue. Blue brings out your brown eyes.
Thank you very much. You said it brought out my eyes, but then I pointed out it brings out my brown eyes. There's different shades of blue. This is the lighter blue jacket that I got. They have the good gear, got a nice logo, and very proud to be wearing the big blue. Very excited about it, and the guys, the coaches, the players, the organization. You know, Ryan, how it is. It's an opportunity that I'm thrilled about. Really love the people and what's in front of us, man. I'm ready for the next leg of the journey. Ready and willing, and we already been digging in. I've talked to lots of coaches. You build a staff, it's tough, and Ravens found that out too. It's part of the process, but it's a lot of fun too because you get to talk to so many coaches. You realize how many great coaches there are out there, and just trying to put it together like a puzzle so it fits the best.
We had Todd Monken on. Oh gosh, right, after the season, a little bit after the season, and he was joking, he goes, I don't even know if John's ever going to hire me again. And this is when all the reports are out there. And then, Todd, I guess, has to become a head coach himself, and head up to Cleveland. And it's the business, right? The thing that's crazy for me is all I've known since I was 14 was you in Baltimore. So it's just it's an exciting chapter, which I want to get into in a moment. Did it feel like 18 years when the time went? Because I still remember because you still look super young because you're getting up still at 4. You're not stopping the workouts, right?
Thank you.
Are you still doing the workouts at 4 a.m.?
Yeah. Then it's crazy because I'm not the first guy in there, which is incredible, man. They got a bunch of early risers here. A lot of traffic here. They get in early, but it hasn't felt like 18 years. I mean, it feels like about 18 minutes, 18 days, 18 months, maybe 18 months. Maybe that's what it feels like. I mean, so much is wrapped up into a football season, even a football game. People come back and they'll tell me stories. Remember when this happened? Remember that play? Remember this situation? I'm like, man, sometimes I was like, I don't really remember it, to be honest with you, because so many other things have happened. I'd like to have someday, pearly gates, I guess I'll get to see a review of the whole thing. But that's what's exciting, is a chance to kind of keep rolling. But it was the best 18 years. It was a career. It was a life. It was just wonderful friendships, great relationships, players, coaches, people in the building who I love, always will. Friends, so many friends, the Ripkens. I mean, come on, man. I got to be friends with your family. Got to sit a baseball game with Cal Ripken. He called me off a foul ball, just for the record, to make sure we know the story on that. But yep, it's true. Sort of.
I was going to say that
true.
The communication was poor on that video.
Yeah, it was, but you could say it was good too, because no glove, cricket, ball coming down back at you. It might have been a smart decision at the end of the day. I don't know, but that's an example of how just great everything was, and I'm proud of it, happy for it, no regrets, ready to move forward.
With that being said, because this is kind of, I'll wrap it in, and we'll head on to the next chapter here with New York. But when I look at this, the body of work for you, not many can say they're going to be coaching now, head coach for almost 2 decades. Like, that's the pace that you're on right now. So you see things that others don't from that lens. You've also gotten to see the evolution of people like Mike McDonald now going to win a Super Bowl. You've seen then Jesse Minter now, who's in Baltimore, but he was a part of your staff. It was almost like a little reunion. I had Gary Kubiak on, and Kubiak said him coming to Baltimore to work with you and the organization was so impactful for him. And then he went to Denver and won the Super Bowl there. With some of those guys, maybe just because of the recency with Mike Mack and Minter, how does that make you feel seeing them go on? And obviously they're having success or having these opportunities because of their great skill set. But what's something that people should know that you've seen from your eyes under your coaching tree all these years?
Right. Well, you don't think of it when you're in the hunt. It was always about being the best we could be at any given moment, and bringing Gary on board in 2014 was incredible. What a great football coach, and what a great year we had on offense. And, Mike, as just out of college, brought him in because we really were impressed with him and thought, man, this guy could add something to us right now. We weren't thinking necessarily that he was going to be a Super Bowl winning head coach, but you didn't think he couldn't, And Jesse Minter, I've known him since he was 10, 11 years old. For 3 years, he followed me around like every day. I feel like, he was like attached to the hip, but he was a coach's kid. Like Jim and I did the same thing with our dad because I coached for his dad at Cincinnati, and he was there every day. And then when I left and went to Indiana, the guy that took my job was Mike Tomlin, So he was with Mike Tomlin for another year. Mike was there for a year, then he went to the NFL. And I was at Indiana for a year and went to the NFL. So it was just like, man, this kid, it's in his DNA, and not just that, but he's smart. He works hard. He's got great people skills. He's had success. Went to Vanderbilt, went to Michigan, out to the Chargers with my brother. He's done great, and he's so ready. And I don't know. I really like the hire. I just think I understand the hire. There's a lot of speculation. Okay, what direction do they go? And I was following it. I'm interested, of course. And they bring in Jesse. I'm like, okay, I get it. Now the Ravens are still the Ravens in a lot of ways, and all the things that were built stand probably, and I think, Jesse will put his stamp on it, his personality, everything he does. It'll be Jesse Minter running the show, and he'll do a great job. And yet the values and principles go back through his time in Baltimore, Michigan, Baltimore, Chargers, and then back all the way to his dad, in Cincinnati, and following a couple coaches around that became head coaches in this league. It's crazy. How could you ever say that's going to happen? But that's the way God plans things. I mean, life goes in ways that you could, if people wrote it in a movie, nobody would believe it could even be true. And here it is. Fiction is stranger than reality. Is that the old saying?
Yeah.
So reality is stranger than fiction. There it is. There it is.
There it
is.
Right.
So I'm proud of Jesse, and Mike McDonald. Same thing. I love Mike McDonald just like I love Jesse and Mike. Mike and I were side by side for many years in different roles as he grew his way through, and then coming back. Mike remind everybody that he took a lot of criticism for that hire when it happened. A lot of criticism. No, he's bringing his friends back. All that. Go out and hire somebody from the outside. Then we started off rough, and Mike stuck by his guns, and I stuck by my guns, and the rest is history. So some of these guys need to write those articles. About the I was wrong article that they forget to write. They need to write that article about Mike McDonald. So I'm proud, man. I'm proud of those guys. That's all I could say.
And I think it's a testament, though. You're not going to say this about yourself. I can tell this from my angle here. It's a testament to you. And I talked with Coach Newberry down at the Naval Academy yesterday, and I told him the same thing of who you want to surround yourself with. You want to surround yourself with high character people. Obviously, they got to be good at what they do, but it's a testament of how you want your staff to be. And to see it all come to the way it has, and for these guys to go and live their dream, it still comes back to you. Also, it does go back to Cincinnati. You're right. Haruki came on, and I was like, damn, wow. I wasn't aware of how many people it goes back to Cincinnati.
Yeah. Cincinnati's a hotbed, man. Go through. They got all the pictures up in there now. It's crazy.
It's crazy. Well, to flip this then, because I want to talk about your Giants real quickly to wrap this up, because it is the Giants. And you know what? Crazy to see some similarities here, okay? You have a young quarterback. There's a young quarterback in Baltimore here that's now become more of a veteran, but he had a big jump from year 1 to year 2, Lamar, and now you got Jackson. Now, one thing I got to ask you first and foremost, I've seen you dance in the locker room. You've seen Jackson dance. Do you think you're going to be able to match your young quarterback skill set there first and foremost?
I need a new move. I mean, I look at that clip sometimes. I'm just really disappointed in myself. I mean, I'm way better dancer than what I showed right there in that moment. That was pure emotion, pure joy with a victory. But no, I'm excited about Jackson. I mean, I really am fired up about him. He's coming in today. I'm talking to him today, and I can't wait to talk to him and just kind of get going with Jackson, because what a competitor. And Lamar, proud of Lamar, proud of what we accomplished together, proud of the quarterback he's become, and what he's done. And I know that his fire is still burning his motor's still running hot, and he wants to go win a championship. And we were close, we were right there, and we didn't quite get it done. The ball, we didn't do it, whatever. But I don't have any regrets about that, because I felt like we were good for each other, and I really believe that we were the perfect match, really, at the right time, because, honestly, I believed in him. I believed in him from the beginning, and there weren't that many that did, and he knows that. And he believed in us. He believed in our plan, and he threw himself into it wholeheartedly, and always competed, always did his best. And I just appreciate that. And we did it once in 2019, set records. Did it again in 2024, 2023, in 2024, 2025, set records. And now will be a new stage for him. And I think that's definitely the plan that Steve has in mind. And now let's get the next evolution of Lamar and see what can be done. And that's what they'll try to do there.
I feel like in some ways, Coach, you try to defend yourself of this. And I'll just say, for me watching it, the offenses were humming. And to see that as a fan, I'm so proud of what's accomplished. I know the standard in Baltimore is winning a championship. That's also because of what you guys built together over those years. It's special. Winning's hard. Big reason why you're brought in is to help bring that energy to New York and to try to create something where the Giants have this long storied history. I mean, it felt like this was a match made in heaven for you going to the Giants, closing of one chapter. The blue, you know what? I'll rep that powder blue when it's not you're facing the purple and black here. So if you get a size XL, I'll wear one. Okay, just to throw that out. But what's something then that people don't know maybe about with you with this Giants team? You got a nucleus. Just talking with Pat and Dion before this, they said, man, Harbs is bringing an energy, and it is contagious. Is there anything else that people don't know about John Harbaugh that is going to really help make this Giants team what I think, which I'm excited, is going to be one of the teams that people need to watch in 2026?
That's a great question, Ryan. I just think it all happens organically. I mean, I'm going to be who I am, and not be making any apologies for it, because, I love football, and I love my family, and I love my football family, and I love being around those guys every single day doing football, to the best of my ability, because that's what we do. And if I'm driving into work, I'm thinking about it. And if I'm driving home, I'm thinking about it. What am I thinking about? The team and how we can be better, and the players on the team. Or I'm thinking about my family, my wife and my daughter, and maybe I'm thinking about my brother sometimes. And that's about it. That's all I really think about. Definitely not about golf, as you know, because I think you've seen me swing the golf club. So that doesn't get much attention. But no. We got a bunch of guys that want to be great, and we're going to go fight for it. That's it. That's all. There's no mystery to it. People have watched the Ravens for the last 18 years, and they know what to expect. Yeah. So that makes me kind of proud, because that doesn't just happen. It's not magic. It's not the building or the bricks or the stadium. It's not the uniforms. It's what goes into building teams. And so when people say, well, that's what we expect to see from a Ravens team the last 18 years, I'm pretty sure that that's what they'll expect to see from a Giants team. And that's what we plan. We don't plan to disappoint anybody. We plan to make sure that we give everybody exactly what they expect to see.
Well, I'm excited for it, Coach. I always, when I message you, I mean it. I am excited for you. I always want the best for you. You've been so good to us. You always got a place here in Baltimore, and you always will be a part of that with the Ravens. But I'm excited to see the Harbaugh era in New York. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And if it's okay, I'd love to pay a visit to you guys up there. And see how things are running, if that works. But I ain't getting in the weight room with you.
Come on, man. Come on. Don't kid the fans out there. Don't kid. This guy's a legit athlete right here. This guy's a massively great athlete. So, no, man. But you and your family and what you meant to us, and just the graciousness, your whole family, and it's just been unbelievable. And then the Baltimore people, man. I mean, we will always be a part of Baltimore. It's always going to be a big part of who we are, and the friendships we have. Everybody out there knows who knows us, the friendships that we have and how much we care about people there. And, hopefully I'll be welcome on a few of the golf courses in the future, right, left, go. Hey, I got a bunch of golf balls on golf courses all, around the area. So they're still in the weeds somewhere. I couldn't find them.
That I can imagine. Okay. So I'm going to work on trying to get the 5 bills or whatever the hell you're squatting in the You know, are you squatting like 450 still?
No, I mean, that's the certain type of a bar. The normal bar with the bar in the back, I could probably get about 275. You could do that in your sleep.
I don't know about that. Okay. You know what? All right. I will one of these days, I will come out and work out with you up there in New York, and you're going to kick my ass, and that's okay. I'm expecting it. All right. But coach, I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Thanks, Ryan.